Hello folks and welcome back to Rome Total War. I am Conistip and this is going to be part 4 of my Barbarian invasion campaign where I'm playing as the Sassanids. And we did take our first couple of settlements in the last episode. We took Demantha down here, and then we did take Kotais up here as well. Now, my primary objective right now is to get those two settlements up to speed so that they can contribute something to the war effort. Right now, both of them are a bit too small. Even Kotais being a large town, you would think that it could give me something. And I'm building mines. Look, it's a good settlement. It has gold here, for Christ's sakes. So this is a settlement that can make me some money. But I can't recruit anything. I can just recruit diplomats and peasants, and that is it. So it's going to be some time before this can contribute really anything in that way. I can't even retrain, any of the men that I used to take this settlement. And there's opportunities. It's hard to know because I don't have enough vision. I don't have enough surveillance on the Eastern Roman Empire this time. I would like to get some more spies out because it's going to really come down to me taking the settlements that present themselves, taking the advantage of these moments as they come, because I spent a lot of time in the first episode talking about my experience trying to take Antioch, trying to blitz Antioch. But the thing is that if there's an opportunity that presents itself and I'm looking around and say I have the spy network that is able to confirm that there is nothing, nearby. I mean, man, with just 3 units inside of it, it just feels very takeable, Just give me one turn to build up some towers and then I can take that gosh darn settlement. So that's very tempting. Also as well, like this, this is interesting. The Eastern Romans, see, in my practice campaigns, I never really played it where I was letting the Romans come to me, and that's a possibility, right? A possibility is that I allow them to come to me and I destroy them on my turf so that I can, maybe retrain or just at least not get my own armies surrounded and beat up, but then counterattack and take Antioch after, beating their armies on my turf. I never experimented with that, and I wonder if that's a possibility as well. If this army crosses that bridge, it's tempting because they're not actually on the bridge. So if I fight them right now, if I were to go on the offensive and fight them, I'm pretty sure this would not be a river battle. I don't think it would be because you have to be on the bridge for that to happen, I'm pretty sure. And of course there's some brigands as well over here that I have to go deal with. Only 3 units. I could deal with them with what I have here, but I set my faction leader, he's been placing down watchtowers and to keep an eye on this army. Only 5 units, but still, it's worth keeping an eye on because they're in my territory now. They've crossed the border, and I wonder if they're eyeing up Demantha. That would be a long trek for them to take, and I would have a lot of time to respond to that. I have troops in the area, and I can continue to train soldiers here in Ctesiphon. I have these 3 units and then these 2 units. Like, I would want more, sure, but I'm on the right track to having something that could defeat this if it wanted to make that long trek. So the question, I think, for now is, do I leave this army here without my general, without my faction leader, go take out these rebels, just to kind of get them out of the way? Or do I wait for my faction leader to join them before I do that? I'm tempted to wait for him to join up, even though he does have the, what is it? Which one gives it the minus morale? I thought he had one that gave it's the shield bearer, isn't it? Yeah, -1 morale. Yeah, even though he has that, still. Does that just... I'm trying to remember. I made a gosh darn video on this too. I can't remember off the top of my head if the benefits from 1 command star... If there's anything... Because I think that command stars give morale and attack. So therefore, he might still be giving it an attack boost to the units that are nearby him. This isn't going to be having an effect on all of the units on the battlefield, I'm pretty sure. But the command star is going to be teaming up with the influence to create his battlefield aura on the battlefield. And people in that aura are going to be getting morale bonuses and attack bonuses. And I think the influence also has something to do with how much bonuses are being given out as well. So the -1 morale definitely cancels out some of that, but I don't think it cancels out all of that, I think. So having him with the army probably is still a net positive. Also, you know, his unit's a good unit. The Clibinari Immortals are fantastic. 30 defense, 10 attack, 11 missile attack, 6 charge. Yeah, they are a very good unit. And because he's the faction leader, he has the biggest unit. You know, he has 44 men in his unit, so... It's tempting to wait. Just because... If the Romans attack... Because I can't see much... I mean, I can see some of what they have. But... And this looks beatable, yes. But, like... There's still 6 units that are mystery units here. And even if, like, say, 3 or 4 of those units are... Comita Tenseis, this is going to be a tough fight. So, then again, if these mystery units are all, you know, there's peasants here, right? So if there's more peasants in Limitani, then all of a sudden this feels a lot easier. But that's why I'm tempted to wait for my general to show up. And remind myself, so they could see Tatra right now, who only does have the... They only have the wooden walls, the tier 2. Yeah, I should upgrade those at some point. Well, my assassin's going to try to kill their diplomat just to make sure that he doesn't bribe any armies. Or, you know, bribe an entire town. I imagine the Romans might be rich enough to do so. And then, yeah, down here, we're going to be teaming up to take on these brigands. So yeah, up here, I'll just wait for my faction leader to join up. And we'll try to keep an eye on this guy. It's too bad that I haven't received an extra general by now, because typically, again, in my practice campaigns, typically Roxana... She's 27 years old, and she, you know, she's got to work. She has to get a husband, you know. And typically, I would have had like an offer or two by now in my practice campaigns. I can't remember if I've had an offer already in this campaign, but clearly it wasn't good enough for me to take that offer. You don't want just anyone. Like, it's tempting to, because you know you do want generals at this point of the campaign, since I only have 2 of them. But I still, you know, I want them to be young and, you know, somewhat good. So she has to find a husband, and then Narcissus is going to become of age in, is it 2 years? I can't remember if it's, what is it, 2 or, is it 15 or 16? I can't remember. In Medieval 1, it's 16, so it might be the same. That's not going to be 2 turns from now, though. In this game, each turn is 6 months of the year. So that would be maybe 3 or 4 turns, depending on what season he becomes of age. And it is winter. So, like for instance, in Shogun 1, the family members always become of age in the spring of the year that they turn 16. So I wonder what it is here in Rome, if it's going to be summer or winter. I would guess summer for some reason. I'm just kind of guessing summer, but... So yeah, it might be, what, 3 years from now? Or 3 turns from now that he comes of age, maybe?
Orders?
In any case, I think I'm good for this turn. I have, yeah, this diplomat is going to try to find people and talk to people. Maybe sell some map information, which would be useful right now because I'm not making a ton of money. And then... This diplomat down here is also looking for people to talk to. And then you actually, next turn I want you to come over and try to find more information on this army if you could. So that's going to be the play. Let's just check my taxes to make sure everything is good here. Artaxarta is good. Demantha and Kotais I'm going to keep on very low so that I can grow them as fast as I can. And that's all looking good. So let's drop a save and let's see. Yeah, it's tempting to move this army out, but I'm going to wait. I'm going to train up another peasant here in Artaxarta and then bring it on over to Kotais just to either keep the population loyalty or to settle them. What's the pop growth? 2%? Not super duper great, but in any case, all right, let's drop a save. And let's end this turn and let's see. God damn, see, this is what I'm talking about. 57 years old, he's gonna die. He's gonna die any moment now. So no, I can't. I can't accept that. That's not good enough. Oh, that's too bad. Good ambusher. +1 command when ambushing. Zoroastrian, 5% conversion. So, decline that shit. Sorry, dude. Not good enough. 1700 in the treasury. Not great, but I've seen worse. Roads in Demantha are finished up, and then yeah, I get some peasants and some levy spears and Hatra. An alliance between the Goths and the Eastern Romans. Damn, that's bad. I wonder if that's common. Is that normal or no? You gotta find that dude. Is he over here?
By your will. Death
Yeah.
approaches.
So yeah, 64% chance. Kill him. Yeah, nice. Whew. All right. I'm legitimately afraid of diplomats now in this game. It's too bad that my assassin didn't get any more experience from that though. I mean, I guess he already has a lot, but still. So he has 7 points of experience.
Assassin.
All right. You know, I'll take it. And after that, I suppose, I think I want you moving back
Out of move.
down to this region here so I get some more eyes on this. And then, do we have any eyes on you? So you are, this is 6 units. So is that the same army that was right here, or did they move on? Yeah, don't know. And now we have even less information on this guy now. It's weird. It's weird, eh? Well, let's bring you over and let's see if we can get some clues.
Yes, my liege.
Nope, that doesn't tell us much. This is already kind of what we knew. I think that if I kind of move diplomats around though, I might be able to
At once.
gain some more information. No? I've done that with a settlement
Obey.
where I kept moving the diplomat around like the different tiles like around a settlement, and in some tiles he couldn't really see much, and some tiles he could, which is interesting. Yeah, alright, well that doesn't tell me much, I guess, but
Order.
in any case, I still need to bring...
Forward.
Yeah, I need to march
Joining forces.
on these brigands and take them down.
Engage the enemy.
Just 3 units. In fact, if they want to retreat from me and move back into Roman territory, I am fine with that, because that means it's the Romans' problem and not mine. Oh man, there's like nothing here. 1 unit of Hippotocracy up here in Sinup. Oh man, it's
Move your will.
very, very tempting.
Moving.
But look at that right there, big stack. Not great, honestly. Peasants, Limitani, Hippotocracy, some Eastern archers, like not the greatest stack. What about you? Just 3 more Limitani? Where's...
Moving.
There it is, Caesarea. Okay, a couple Legio Lanciari archers. Okay, so they do have basic archers. Okay, I'm sure I knew that. Hippotocracy and Numerius Flavius. 0 command, 2 management, and 4 loyalty. Okay. I wonder, so I don't know actually how the loyalty works in this game, so if any of y'all know, let me know, because are there ways, for instance, in medieval, I know how to lower loyalty in enemy generals, enemy factions generals and such, and obviously that's useful for starting civil wars and whatnot. And is there ways that I can do that here in this game? Can I lower generals' loyalties? Are there traits that I can trigger by one of the ways, for instance, that you can trigger them in medieval is to spy on generals, and that will cause them to lose loyalty over time is by spying on them. And I'm wondering if that's something that I could do here as well. Because so for instance, like if you came here, you would have a 100% chance of getting inside of the settlement. The problem is that sure, he can get inside, but if another general shows up that has a better what is it called? The public security stat trait thing. The one that's better at catching spies. Then he might just get killed, and that's not something that I can really foresee happening. You know, I can't like see that ahead of time and like move him out of the way. He might just, you know, general moves in and shoot, he caught my spy. So, I don't know, it makes me a little bit nervous, but I kind of like having him here for now because it gives me vision on Sinope and Caesarea. Yeah, I kind of like that. And then having some vision on Antioch, just 4 units. Ugh, man. Yeah, it feels like something I should be taking advantage of. What are you doing out here? Three units of Romans just hanging out?
To hear is to obey. Out of move, sir.
And then you as well. So this should be Roxolani territory.
To hear is to obey.
But I don't know where the settlement is. I don't think it's down here. Is there anything I'm trying to remind myself. It's not the same settlement as Crimea, is it? Is it separate? I'm not sure. It's a whole new world up here. I don't know. Then the question is, do I spend all of my money on stone walls here in Hatra? Ay, ay, ay. It's hard to say. On one hand, it feels like that could be very useful for defending, you know, a frontier area of mine. On the other hand, if I take Antioch, you know, at some point, relatively soon, then that's my new frontier. And everyone's going to be, you know, attacking Antioch and not necessarily Hatra. Antioch has epic stone walls that's easily defended. Hatra I wouldn't have to worry about. You know, you don't really have to worry about building walls in your, you know, more core, centrally located places. Like Ctesiphon having large stone walls, again, is kind of like a waste, right? Because, you know, if I'm defending Ctesiphon, I'm in trouble, right? So it's hard to say. That's like, oh, that's all my money that I would have to spend in this turn. And I feel like building up trade and building up my economy just seems more important right now. So like trade caravan would get me, I don't know, an extra 50 or so. It's not much. Well, let's go clear out these rebels over here. They're blocking the way for these peasants that I just trained up, who I want to bring down to Demantha to resettle them here and increase that population boom. So let's see here. Let's not do that. Let's bring you. I think you're already in reinforcing range. And yeah, we may as well just merge up and attack. And it's just going to be the 3 peasant and the nomad horse archers. So we shouldn't have any issues dealing with them. The enemy is going to be off in the distance over on that hill. So let's square up my guys here and then here. We just have to worry about that 1 unit of horse archers. And then we have 2 horse archers plus the Clibonari that can counter skirmish with them. At the moment, we have moved all the way around the hill to get on more even ground with them. And it looks like we are starting to pick off some of their peasants. Who is shooting? The Clibonari? So the Clibonari is picking off some peasants. And we can go ahead, like, just charge in with my camels here. Yeah, camels can charge peasants on this side. And that broke them immediately. And now they want to bring in... So let's shoot at their nomad horse archers as soon as we can. As soon as they're in range. Alright, so that unit of peasants has broken now as well. Are you guys shooting at the nomad horse archers? Yes, you are. And you guys don't need to... There's nothing to be afraid of. There's nothing to be afraid of. Yeah, in fact... Yeah, I don't mind you just running them down. Oh, not you, sorry. Sorry, you can run them down. And then you can go ahead and go into Cantabrian Circle. Which isn't a formation that I've ever I don't know. I've tried using it with my my Egyptian chariot archers, and it doesn't seem to work for them. But it's weird because then I see the AI use it, and it works just fine. So there they go. Okay, so there they go. Are they in range? Yeah, they're in range, so it should be working. And for those of you who are new to this game, so the Cantabrian Circle, the way it works is that it, see, like this unit, oh, those are camels, that's why. I was like, why can't they use it? They're also shooting, yes they are. So the way it works is that it makes it so that they lose less men to skirmish fire, to arrow fire, and they continually shoot while they continue to run around in circles, but it makes them eat up fatigue faster. These camels can now hit these peasants on this side, and then these nomad horse archers can come up as well. I'm surprised these... Yeah, this is one of my complaints with this game, is just how surprisingly stubborn rebel brigands are. It's like, come on, there's... How many men left? 10? They're gonna fight to the death, really? It's just, yeah, it's just a little bit insane. There we go.
As enemies.
And that battle, so we lost 44 men. Yeah. Yep. Horse archers, they can do some damage. They can be somewhat tricky to deal with. So now, let's, yeah, send these peasants down, and you can start working your way to Damantha. And let's see here. It's tempting. So trader does give population growth bonus, as well as some money as well. How much money would I get from trader? Not much, I'm assuming. Just six denarii. Holy hell. I would be getting more from land clearance. Land clearance also does increase money, but it's more money. Holy smokes. So that'd give me like 70 denarii, but then there's also a pop growth from this as well. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Get some land clearance here. Try to grow Damantha a bit faster. Alright, enemy army routes, yes. And let's send these guys back up here. Hopefully I can just retrain all of them. Let me double check that. Can I retrain all of them? Camels, yes. Archers, yes. Nomad archer cav, yes. Just not the Clibinari. And I actually did lose a few, which is unfortunate.
Assassin ready.
And by building that trader down there, or not that trader, but that land clearance, that helps make that decision for me regarding whether or not I'm building walls here in Hetra. The answer is no, because I can't afford it. I can afford to build some sewers somewhere, and I think that the 30% squalor here in Arsakia is going to be the place that needs the sewers the most. I don't think... Gosh, I was just looking at this up in the game code, and I don't think health buildings or health in any sense, in any way, whether some traits or buildings or whatever, or temples, it doesn't like reduce squalor. Like health does not negate squalor. It just increases sanitation. So it's just something that like gives you like a health bonus. So, you know, you put in a sewer and you're getting a public order bonus of 5% and a population growth bonus from health, but it doesn't reduce squalor in any form, shape, or way. And then I was looking up, does health or sewer buildings, do they reduce the chance of plague happening? And I can't remember what I came up with on that. I think the answer was no, that they don't reduce the chance of plague, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Oh, it looks like we have some devastation here in our Saki as well. So that tells me that somewhere in this province, which is this province, so there's going to be brigands somewhere in Medea. So this is Babylon. So yeah, somewhere here there's going to be brigands. And I just don't have the resources to hunt them down yet. That's why I would like to have another family member so that he can go around putting down watchtowers so I have vision everywhere, and then I don't have to have, you know, be losing money to devastation that I can't really react to because I don't know, where it is or where it's coming from. I would like to see if I can move this army out of Kotais now. And if I just leave my faction heir, the one who's really good at converting people to Zoroastrianism. So if I bring you guys out of the settlement, they have a blue face. Blue's good. I like blue. And a peasant, can you get over to Kotais? Not quite. You can get to the gates, but you can't get in. But I think that that's good enough. Yeah, 80% public order on low taxes. And I don't even, in fact, I can just resettle this peasant. I don't need him to be in, I don't need him for public order, Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Let's see, I guess with the money that I have, I don't feel like I need more soldiers. The only front that really needs soldiers is here, and I think we're good for now at least. What I would like to do instead is to continue to train peasants here in Artaxata and Ctesiphon so that I can continue to send those units to Dimantha and Kotais. In fact, I can just disband them right now, can't I? So 4,012. See if I can click on them. Yeah, 4,132. Nice. Yeah, let's keep doing that and get these places moving up as fast as possible. And then here, I think, yeah, just have you just sitting right on the border, I suppose.
Move out!
And awaiting your opportunity. Oh, it's so tempting. Well, what would it take? How many turns could you get there? You could get there and it'd take 4 turns. So, theoretically, plenty of time. Because the Eastern Romans have a watchtower right here. They can see me. There's no sneaking around, They know I am. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. The Romans starting off with all those watchtowers. That's tricky, Because you're like, I can't sneak in anywhere. Moving on to the next turn, and it appears the Romans have reduced this little army here. Oh, that ain't much. There's only 3 units now that are right across that bridge. But then that, of course, raises the question, then, where's the rest of them? Where do they all go? And I have 2,100 in the treasury. Okay, that's a little bit more. And the mines are finished in Kotais. All right, I'll take it. And yeah, peasants, and then war between the Huns and the Eastern Romans. Perfect. That's what I wanted to see. Yeah. Yeah, have them start worrying about the Huns and not me. So we have no vision on these guys, despite the fact that my diplomat is literally right there.
Yes, my liege.
No, nothing. Can't tell me anything about them, can you? All right. Well, then, how about you just come over here and keep looking at Antioch for me? Yeah, the faction heir and some Eastern archers are right freaking there, man. Let's get my assassin back on over.
Moving to position. No more moves, sir.
And let's just
Sire?
poke you around to see what you can see.
My liege.
No, nothing, eh?
No more moves.
Gosh, I wonder...
Mighty general.
Man, some more brigands just popped up. Oh, 5 units. God damn it.
Orders? Orders?
Yeah, you just come over here, and then I'll disband you. You don't need to go any further. So 459.
Sire.
Disband. Then 579, okay.
Sire.
Yeah, I guess you guys need to go back. 5 units, yeah, we don't know what they have, and I just have cav and archers, So let's hope that I can beat them.
Out of moves.
Orders.
Let us now move our main army over to deal with these brigands that have moved on over to this watchtower.
Engage.
And, okay, so now they're on Eastern Roman territory, and they're not my problem anymore. And that's fine by me. They can bloody themselves fighting them, and I don't have to worry about it.
Move out!
And
Out of moves, great lord!
I am tempted to...
Sire! My liege!
Yeah, I want to keep moving him around so that I can continue to place watchtowers around. At least in this territory.
Liege.
Oh, hi. We met the Roxolani, Campus Rock... Guess what? It's named Campus Roxolani. Let's see if we can sell them some map information, maybe get some trade rights. And let's see if we can get some money out of them. I don't want to ask for too much. But if I could get $1,000, I'd be pretty happy with that. And so they just want trade. Just trade and map information. I'm tempted. I want all that. Can I get any money out of you? So instead of 1,000, let's try 750. And they just really want to do that. Okay, let's try. I'll do 500. I'll take anything that I can get here. Well, they really don't want to give me any money. I went all the way down to 150 denarii and they did not want to give it to me, so I will just take the map information and the trade rights. Yeah, let's do that, and let's continue moving on. Now, I don't know if I'm actually even trading with them.
No more moves, sir.
Let's see, actually. Yeah, let's look at this. So, going into trade, are we we're trading with Campus Alani now. Yeah, we're making 21 off of, we're getting grain from them. Oh, hell yeah. So that should be boosting our population, right? Is it not? Are we not getting that grain boost? Huh. Why are we not getting a boost from grain? From them? Yeah, I'm a little bit confused by that. Because I thought that when places have this resource here, the grain resource, which is tradable, it not only gives the home region a population growth bonus, but it gives anyone that it trades with also a population growth bonus. And since we're trading, and since it's determined, right here that we are in fact trading grain. Now this is imports and exports, so I'm assuming that we're importing grain because they have it. So if I had it, we wouldn't be trading it. And I'm also trading with Arctic Sarta, iron, gold, and wine. Okay. So I could build some paved roads here and make a bit more money. That'd get me up to 295. Alright, that's a good boost. What would the market get me? That's not a good boost, like 16, 13. Yeah. Land clearance just for that population growth, that's also tempting, since I'm not getting it from grain, It's tempting. What am I at? 4,200? So I'm only 1,800 away from having the required amount to move up to being a minor city. And this would give me like 60 or so. 60 or so extra denarii. I think I'll take the paved roads though. I'll look around. I'll see if that's what I really want. Oh man, okay, so moving on to the next turn, and okay, that looks more threatening. You see how quickly it can all, like, when you don't have vision on stuff, it can just come out of nowhere, So yeah, like just a moment ago I was thinking, yeah, it looks like it might be, available for the taking, and now I'm like, oh yeah, no, nope. So do we have any, can we see anything? No, still not much. Here, nothing, we can see like nothing on that. No, not much. Okay.
Who shall die this day?
Okay. It's interesting that they're all captains. There's no family members here in these Roman armies, you know. Makes them seem vulnerable. But again, I've lost to captain-led Roman armies before, so. Alright, what do we have here? So 1900 in the treasury and New Testament formulated. So Athanasius has finished collating the New Testament, presenting the canon in a 27-book form. The omitted books become known as the Apocrypha. There are whispers that the decision as to what to include and what to omit had more to do with the political interests of church leaders than true doctrine. You don't say. Oops. Faction announcements. Alright, Narcissus is now of age, and Artaxashka has been born? Boy or girl? What's your best guess? I'm guessing girl. Alright, Narcissus, yes, you're the chosen one. We needed you. Alright, you're in Hatra. Fine, I suppose. But you don't have much. +1 command when defending against walls. Defending against walls, that'd be pretty crazy, eh? Whoa, watch out, the walls are attacking. Untruthful, okay, interesting. Well, the small-minded agree truth is a good thing. This man sees the bigger picture, +1 influence. Yeah. My kind of guy. And Zoroastrian, perfect. So, not much, but, you know, he's alive. And he's 16. What else do you want? What else do you want? Alright, construction. Land clearance in Damantha, sewers, and Arsacia. Perfect. And peasants in Ctesiphon. Alright, war between the Huns and the Vandals, and war between the Vandals and the Romans. Perfect. Guys, you got bigger fish to fry. Go somewhere else. Go somewhere else. Jesus Christ. This is ridiculous. You see what I mean? Like, it's just like non-stop brigands. I was thinking too, I was like, yeah, no, these units are better. I will bring them out to my frontier. And now I'm like, no, I'm just hunting brigands. That's all they're doing. That is all they are doing. All right. Peasant, come down here and then...
My liege.
I was, okay, here, and then let's just double check this. So 593, disband, 713, all right. Making some progress here. I do have these 7 units that I had left in Arctic Sarta, just because I was thinking, again, going back to one of my last practice campaign that I was practicing on before I started recording this campaign for part 1, and I had the, you know, Arsacia get sacked by some brigands, and now, you know, now I'm thinking, like, I need these 7 units up in this army. This is an insanely good general. He's better than this, because a lot of his stars, like, kick into effect when he's, you know, on the attack, or, like, Night Fighter and stuff like that, so this man should be attacking. And the fact that Sinope, you know, is so lightly defended. I feel like I gotta send him.
Mighty general.
Couple Legio Lanciari down here. Archers, Limitani. Yeah, I just have the 2 archers and the mountain slingers are my range units. And I have 1 unit of Clibinari, plus him, of course, who has the Clibinari Immortals. I'm tempted to send him on up ahead.
March.
And then follow up with these guys. Instead of waiting for them, like, I'm tempted. I'm tempted to wait for them. But then, you know, that'd be an extra turn or 2. So let's lower taxes there, and... yeah, they're not going to be that far behind. So I might just pause on this bridge just to see what the Romans do. Because I have to cross this bridge to get to Sinope. So, and there's no way to like blockade Caesarea. It's wide open, you know. If I put on a fort somewhere, they can just go right around me, so... Yeah, it's not like I can blockade them or anything like that. I'm looking at these armies, and I'm seeing how far they can get. So Hatra, this can get to Hatra, and this might be able to get to Hatra, but it's not looking... Yeah, I'm not too sure about that one. And I do have some units inside of Hatra itself.
Sire!
But this is where I'm wishing that I had built those stone walls. Should I just start doing it? And then can I afford archers if I do that? I can't even train archers here. Oh, okay.
Mighty General!
Yeah, it might be too late.
Mighty General!
Might be too late to start building those stone walls, but let's move him back so that I can counterattack
Moves depleted, mighty lord.
any army that might attack Hatra. And unlike in Shogun 1 and Medieval 1, where buildings just outright get cancelled and all of that money that gets spent on the structure itself is wasted if a province is like attacked and, you know, put under siege or whatever. In this game, I'm pretty sure it's the buildings just get halted, right? They just get halted, and then if you're able to successfully defend your settlement, you can just continue building that building. I'm pretty sure that's how that works. Now, that would be a little bit weird for walls, but I'm hoping that's still how that works. Let's now come back down here, and let's see if we can see... I want to see what they have before I just run on in there. Holy shit, these guys look pretty badass. Mountain Men. Combat bonus in deserts. May charge without orders. We have no idea what their stats are. I think I fought these guys in Demantha, did I not? I thought I did. Can't even see what size units they have. If it's 80 or 120, I wonder what it is. So even though it doesn't say bonus versus cav, I'm assuming that they have the light spear, which is +4 against cav. So yeah, it's still something. And then what, herdsman? Desert chieftain. Desert chieftain. Interesting. Is that like a general's unit for... Oh, I don't know, like the desert factions? Like the... Who is it? It's not the... Is it the Berbers in Barbarian Invasion? Oh, shoot. It's not the Berbers. Is it the Berbers? It's the Numidians in the base game. And then, is it the Berbers? Yeah, it's the Moors in Medieval 2. So it's the Berbers in Barbarian Invasion. I wonder if this is like the general's unit for the Berbers in this campaign. And which in that case, like, he might be a little bit better than how he looks, essentially. Gosh, I don't know. Well, I'm here, so I may as well give it a shot. Jesus, that's not in my favor. Well, fingers crossed. At first, we're just going to be making our way, trying to maneuver around and try to find some even ground against them. I don't think that they have any missile troops, so we might just be able to skirmish them out. But if they just full-on charge at us, I have nothing that can really hold against them in a melee, except perhaps my Klibinari. Well, this sandstorm that just sort of blew on in is not ideal. This is going to be reducing the effectiveness of my range units, and I'm completely dependent on my range units to win me this battle here. So hopefully this kind of just blows on over. And in the meantime... Surprised we're not in range already, but I'm thinking about just sort of skirmishing with my Nomad Archer Kev and trying to pull them out and trying to pull them in range of my archers and my Klibinari that are down that hill. So yeah, we're already starting to get some shots into them. Which side has the shields? That side. So let's try to shoot in from their shielded side because Again, just as a reminder, it is coded incorrectly in this game, so that the shielded side actually does not get the shield bonus. It's going to be the other side that gets the shield bonus. And let's see if we can pull the Desert Chieftain out. So yeah, you go back now. Is he taking any damage? No, stick around. He hasn't taken any damage yet. So let's you go back there, you go back there. Has he lost anyone? He didn't lose a single guy, dang. Man, these guys are not losing men as quickly as I would like them to. That's for sure. If I can draw out one unit though. If I can just draw these guys out. Are they getting shot at? Yeah, now my archers are shooting at them. And let's bring them a bit closer. And then, yeah, I guess just whittle them down as much as I can. Let's try to go back with my camels. So they're getting shot in the rear now. Oh yeah, let's not let this guy catch us. And 42 men. Alright, good. So they're routed. Let's send my camels to go run them down. And then let's go back to try to take this unit out now. Yeah, let's make sure they're shooting at them. And now the remaining units seem like they're starting to advance on us as well. Yeah, let's make sure you don't hit those guys. Just go after the guys that are running away. Come on, don't get caught by those guys. And I'm tempted. There we go. Let's send the horse archers to run them down. And as soon as this guy... Is there 6 left? Alright, 6 left. And we still have plenty of ammo, I think. So I think we're doing okay so far. Let's bring these guys a bit up. And let's bring them here. I'm a little bit worried, to be honest, that the Desert Chieftain didn't take any casualties after taking a few volleys to the face. So, like, yeah, that's a little concerning. And now they want to send their Desert Chieftain, and so let's try to reinforce here and hit them with my Clibinari. Hopefully my Clibinari can beat them. And then you guys don't let yourself get caught. And are we doing okay, or what? What's the deal here? What's the deal? So they lost some men, but not like a ton, honestly. What, they lost 5 guys? I lost 0 though, so that's pretty crazy. I lost 0 men to that. And oh, looks like their guys caught me, but then they did okay. Okay. Oh shoot, my Clibinari got caught. My archers are running away. Guys, you don't need to run away. And then, oh damn, their guys got into my... Oh, that sucks. Try to get away, try to get away, try to get away, try to get away. They're just running away now. That sucks. Alright, you get them. And then, yeah, you just get away because there's a scary Desert Chieftain running around. Alright, run away, run away, run away. You're gonna get caught now. They're down to 13 men, so they are taking some losses. And did you give up your chase of them? What's going on? Alright, get back, get back. And man, that dude's fast. Yeah, that dude's
has chosen cowardice and runs away. How can soldiers...
Oh, that was my general? Alright, there we go. Alright, hey, we did it. Oh yeah, alright.
Great and deserved victory. The enemy...
A little tougher than I thought. Actually, I don't know. I was pretty nervous going into that battle, to be honest. And, yeah, alright, sweet. Well,
Mighty general.
alright, this army can at least... Luckily, this is just 2 peasants. So we can beat 2 peasants with this army, but... This army is going to have to eventually make its way back to Ctesiphon and get retrained. I'm now ready to end this turn, but I gotta say, I'm pretty nervous about this. I mean, in the vicinity of Hatra, I have what, like a little over a stack? Like a stack plus some change? Whereas altogether here, this, I don't know, what would this be? Just kind of eyeballing it, what, 2.5 stacks maybe? Something like that, altogether. Obviously, it's not gonna all come in at the same time, but still, it's something, you know? Kind of wish that it was him. Because he has the Night Fighter trait, so he can just fight those stacks one at a time. Yeah, that could be very useful if he was down here instead. Well, he's already moving on Sinope, so hopefully my faction leader can hold Hatra. Along with his son, that is. Yeah, we'll see. Alright, save that. And it'd be nice if Roxana could get married. Man, it'd be nice to have another general. Okay, Assassin, I didn't mean to send you... whatever. Do whatever you want, Assassin. Alright, some of them are going back. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, it looks like they're reacting to, Melchior. That's kind of what that feels like. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Sweet, that helps. That relieves some pressure. For sure. And... should we even hire mercenary equites veterani and 2 mercenary Allen horse archers and some mercenary hippotoxeti. I can basically afford like 1 of either of these. I don't have much cav in this army, so it is very tempting, honestly. Just to get some mercenary Allen horse archers. They have a missile attack of 9. Missile attack. They have more missile attack than the mercenary hippotoxeti. They have more melee attack as well. It's just the defense. No, wait. The Allen horse archers have higher defense as well. Why are the hippotoxeti so expensive? Good stamina and fast moving. Very good stamina and fast moving, so they have better stamina as well. Yeah, melee attack is better, missile attack is better, charge is the same, defense is better, but they're cheaper. Wow. That's confusing. And then what's your deal? So the Equites have an attack of 8, charge of 5, defense of 18. Okay, kind of like a decent medium cav is kind of the vibes that I'm getting from that. It's tempting to hire some Allen horse archers. That's what I'm tempted to do. I don't have a lot of money, but that's... I just don't have a lot of cav. Alright, Sewers and Arctic Sarta. And get some peasants finished up.
My liege. Move out.
It would be nice to be able to start picking off... I mean, these are small armies, you know, 3 units apiece. So two in that lead army, so I could just pick off five units. Yeah. Yep, that's what I want to do. And should I even send you Ardashir, my faction heir? Currently, he is is converting Kotais to Zoroastrianism. But how are we doing? Like, are we good yet? We're 94% Zoroastrian, so we're good. So I should just send him. Just to have another unit of Klibinari. Are we gonna be okay if we lower tax? Nah, shoot. I have to keep him.
Sire! Onward!
Okay, well I don't want to recruit peasants from Kotais. Alright, you guys are gonna go to Kotais and you're actually gonna hang out there. You're not gonna disband. You're just gonna keep the public order high so that maybe Ardashir can maybe move out soon. Well, let us go now and shoo away these brigands that are hanging out outside of Hatra. Ideally, we can just shoo them away and make them go into the Eastern Romans territories.
My liege, prepare for battle.
So let's do this, and then let's do this. And they're gonna stand and fight. No shit. Wow, that's shocking.
Mighty general.
Oh, you can't retreat more than once. Okay, that's what's going on here. Alright, so 4 Curtis Javelin men, 1 Rebel General, and then 1 unit of peasants. And I would like to control the reinforcing army. So let's go fight this one. We are now all formed up and we are ready to go. We are marching on the enemy. They're up on this hill. So we're just gonna have to march right on at them. I don't think there's any getting them off of this hill. There might be a actually it's looking less steep over on this side. So I might prefer doing that. I have my reinforcements, my son and a unit of levy spears who have come on as well. And you know what? Yeah, I actually like this better. So let's just do this. Our horse archers are finally in range of their javelin men and their peasants, so we can start to lure them towards us. Let's bring my guys back. And on this side, I got my slingers, who are not quite in range. But my archers are shooting, and yeah, their javelins are right there. Okay, so those are the javelins. And let's bring up this group, and then where's my camels? Let's send my camels to chase down those javelin men. Or at least just to shadow them. I have a lot of units shooting at those javelins, so if those camels chase at them, they're gonna be taking some friendly fire. Alright, let's just move my lines up. And then, yeah, there we go. As long as everyone's moving, they're not gonna be doing friendly fire. Oh no, that's not true. My guys, these guys can move and shoot. Damn. That's... Yeah, they like mowed down like 5 of my camels just like that. It's like, oh my god. Because yeah, in Medieval 1 and Shogun 1, the horse archer units can't move and shoot, so you can obviously just like tell a unit to not shoot. That's one way, but like another way to do it is just to tell a unit to move, and then they can't shoot, you know? But yeah, in this game, I've messed that up a few times where I'm like, yeah, no, I'll just tell my horse archers to move, and then they just still continue to mow down my men. Alright, let's get back here. Because yeah, there's heavy generals charging in after my spears. So let's send my son in to get him. And then let's get my... Ooh, raiders are getting chased by something. Javelins? Okay, you guys can take them, right? I would think so. And let's take you guys off of guard mode and let's see if you can hack down these guys. Yeah, my general's unit hasn't lost any men. And camels are getting routed. Javelins. Alright, let's go up here.
Is there any point in killing him?
Alright, there we go. And on this side, we're shooting at the javelins and the peasants. So let's continue to move up here.
Chase them from the field.
And that's going to be that. Just a little bit more skirmishing at the end. Nothing too exciting, and then they finally broke. We did lose 62 men, which is kind of more than I was expecting, but there you go. And I'm wondering... You know, here I am getting my hopes up again, wondering if I can actually make a move on Antioch now that things have sort of cleared off, but again, that's probably just wishful thinking. Let's see, Hatra. Hatra would be good on normal taxes. Oh, it's tempting. I mean, these armies are in good shape, and they're here. It's so tempting. Because if he's making a move, like, I can't just let all of what was just here move against him without me doing anything, you know? Like, I have to try to take advantage of this in whatever ways I can. So let's move back down towards this bridge.
Depleted, mighty lord. Orders, sire.
And just follow up. Yeah, just follow up. Get some more Nomad Archer Cav. Yeah, that's tempting. Since we're more thinking like battle mode now, it's kind of tempting to do that.
Mighty
And so therefore, I would just be considering to basically just spend all my money on,
mighty general.
yeah, like no buildings, essentially, is kind of what I'm thinking.
My liege.
What I'm thinking is, how much money am I looking at next turn? 2,300. Okay, that's something. So I'm thinking about hiring some Allen horse archers in this turn, and then maybe doing the same thing again next turn. And then doing that. Oh, now I can't afford. I was thinking I could afford doing that and getting horse archers, but I can't. Oh, shoot.
Orders, mighty general.
What's available down here? Armored Camel Mercenaries and Camel Raiders. The Armored Camel Mercenaries might be nice. That's 1,400 denarii, though, to get those guys. Some Ballista is available, too. But I don't think that's going to be very useful. If I went up against a town that just had wooden walls, like Tarsus, perhaps, then I could siege it and take it on the same turn. Huh, that's kind of tempting, but can I hold a town that just has wooden walls? That's the question.
Your humble servant.
Who shall die this day? Moving to position.
Alright, so there's some stuff right here outside of Tarsus. What tier is this? These are tier 2 wooden walls. I'm not seeing the Comida Tenseis. I don't know. Where are these guys? Where are the Comida Tenseis?
Great one. At once. At once. At once.
Huh.
Moves.
Yeah, and it's really annoying that there's this 2-unit brigand army right on the corner right here. And this is all river, so like I would have to go down here to cross to get these guys. Or send them all the way out. That's the other option. I am now thinking that I want to probably just play one more end turn. Just because I want to see what's going to happen here. I'm very curious. Okay, Eastern Romans. Yeah, they seem like they're moving back, right? They're moving... Okay, alright. 32. Court Dad. Alright, I like the name, Sardis. That goes a long ways with me. If you have a good name, you're probably gonna marry my daughter. And Court Dad gets on that list. It like tells it's like tells you the name is what he's doing. He's courting Dad. Court Dad, yeah, I get it. Court Dad. Is 1 star. That's good. Zoroastrian, yes, awesome. 32. 32? Considering that Roxanne's probably like 30 by now. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Court Dad, welcome to the family. So we got 1,400 in the treasury. And paved roads are finished in Kotais. Nice, a bit more money for us. And some peasants, yes. And what do we got here? So war between the Goths and the Alemanni. And then allies between the Alemanni and the Goths. And then war between the Huns and the Goths and the Sarmatians. Okay, okay. And congratulations, Court Dad and Roxana. All right. So now we have a half a stack in Antioch. Not ideal. Not ideal. Wait a minute. Shit, that's not plague, is it? Did I just see plague? Dang. Okay, well, so much for attacking Antioch. We have to wait till that plague ends. Because we don't want to catch that plague. No, sir. I mean, we could bypass Antioch and just attack Tarsus. You know? That's an option.
Orders.
This ballista would help me. It would allow me to attack it on the same turn. How long before I could get there? And it's hard to say because this army is blocking the path, but would I be able to get there in 2 turns? It'd be close. More likely 3. Even if I went the long way, it'd be 3. Wow, it's kind of tempting just to kind of sneak around, but then that leaves Hatcher wide open. And Cortad's right here, okay. So yeah, you're available to help out with this attack, but honestly, dude, I kind of want you to... I kind of just want... watchtowers. That's what I'm thinking. And over here, we have some more options for mercenaries. Look at these guys, mercenary formations. So 1250, so a bit more expensive than the Hippotoxetai, but they have 9 melee attack, so even better than the Allen Horse Archers. 10 missile attack, so also better than the Allens and the Hippotoxetai. And then 20 defense as well. And they're cheap, and they're still just, they're just 50 denarii more expensive than the Hippotoxetai. Man. Yeah, I think I want to hire them, but then, you know, then I can't. I would have money for like nothing else, but still. It's very tempting to hire them. I don't know, this army in Caesarea kind of makes me nervous. It's a 0 command general though, that's the thing, it's not... That shouldn't be too scary.
Sire!
And then here as well...
Obedient servant.
So let's just take a peek around.
To hear is to obey. Yes, my liege.
Is there anything that we can see other than this? I don't know. I think I want to go for it. Not Antioch. I'm thinking about going for... Thinking about taking Tarsus. Now the Antioch garrison might come out and fight, but they're going to be reduced from this plague.
Orders? Sire!
I wonder if I can still recruit this ballista over in their territory, because I don't want to recruit it in this turn, because that's going to slow me down. But I think I want to do it. I think I want to go for it. And just make a move.
Onward!
So let's send them, and then let's bring the reinforcements just right behind.
March! Out of moves, great lord.
Sire!
Yeah, we can still recruit the ballista. And some Bugalari. This is some, like, crossbow units. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, that would be nice.
Sire!
And then, yeah, I think I want to recruit these Sarmatians down here. It's all my money, but...
Sire! My liege!
Oh, and then do I just go for it? I don't know if this is enough to beat this. So it's a basic archer. It's not a long-ranged, you know, like Eastern archers. That's good. And then Hippotoxetai is the only other ranged unit that they have. And then it's just a matter of getting through the armor of these Legio Lanciaries, which are like armored spearmen, basically. I think they have a spear bonus. Again, I think they have a +4 spear bonus, not like a +8 spear bonus. Armor of 5. So if they're fighting Clibinari, Clibinari is going to have a bonus versus armor. So they're going to be having that armor, I think. Instead of 5 armor, it'd be like 2.5. Or do I wait for my reinforcements?
Sire.
Even though I'm generally hesitant to fight Romans on the bridge, just because, as I mentioned before, they have pretty good long-range archers that can just outshoot mine. Since I'm not seeing that here in Caesarea, and since I'm thinking that my 2 archers plus my 2 horse archers and my Clibinari and my slingers and my jabs and my general, I think that I can hold a bridge fight if it comes down to that. And then that gives me just a little bit of time to get my reinforcements a bit closer. And I can see what they want to do. And since I'm attacking from both sides, they have to decide if they want to, you know, reinforce in whichever direction. And now that we have 2 peasant units here in Kotais, our heir, Ardashir, he is free. He is free to come help out as well.
Forward.
So he's a little bit behind, but you know what? He's going to get there. And again, Clibinari Immortals, it's a good unit, so we can use all the help that we can get. Well, I gotta be honest, I did not think that I was going to be making these types of moves during this episode against the Romans. But here we are. I don't know really how it happened. It just sort of happened, and I guess, I mean, honestly, my economy is freaking me out. I'm not making a lot of money, and the Romans, I have to imagine, are, because they're filthy rich and they're the Romans, they have a lot of territories. I have to take something from them, you know? So when I see an opportunity, or what appears to be an opportunity, and hopefully not a trap, I have to take it. So here we are. Also, just letting like the best general in the world. Man, he doesn't. What's happening here? You didn't lose command, did you? +1 command when fighting against nomads. +2. Okay, +2 when attacking. So he would be a 7-star general. And then I don't know if these are included. +1 command when commanding infantry and cav. I don't know if that's already included or not. And then Night Fighter, +1 command when fighting at night. So if these are not being included, then he would be a 8-star general when fighting at nighttime. But if these are not being included in this, then he would be a 10-star general, which is insane. And he should not be wasted. So that's why I feel like I need to make this move. And there's a lot of mercenaries. What are these? Phosphoran mercenaries, 10 attack, 23 defense. How do they compare to yeah, they're way heavier than my levy spears. Mercenary veterani. These are like some kind of like comitatenses, honestly. Defensive 27, missile attack of 11, melee attack of 10. Yeah, not bad. Yeah, these guys, they're effective against armor. That's their thing. It's like a proto crossbow. It'd be pretty cool. That's some Hippotoxiti. Yeah, yep. Yeah, I think I have to go for it. So, in any case, that's all gonna have to wait until next time. Before I go, I just wanted to remind you all that I did start channel memberships. So if you want to support the channel, it's just $1 a month. And other ways that you can support the channel, it's by liking and sharing and subscribing. It all helps immensely. So until next time, this has been Concept playing Rome Total War Barbarian Invasion. Thank you very much, and goodbye.